Good morning, it's Summit and it's our midweek edition of the program. Thank you for joining us again today. My name is Jumoke Michael. Banji, good morning.
Yeah, Jumoke, it's nice to be here again for this fresh edition of our program, Summit. I'm really excited that we have the grace, the opportunity to bring across to you our program that's discussing the issues in the land, particularly in the area of politics. How well have we fared? Where are we going? When are we getting there? My name is Banji Busari. You are welcome.
And so this morning we are doing a review of the aftermath of the local government election in Rivers State. But of course we'll be going in and out also talking about the same election that took place in some other states this last weekend. And we have someone in the house who's apt to look at this issue with us this morning. He's an attorney at law and he's also a public affairs analyst, Mr. Tunji Abdul Hamid. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. You're looking very sharp. Welcome.
It's our pleasure to have you. I'm sure your face is no stranger to
I have peace.
In the midst of the turmoil in the land,
my state,
there's peace in your state.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is your state?
In Kwara State.
In Kwara State.
The state of Harmony.
State of Harmony.
Okay.
We get to see that. Your local government elections is just around the corner.
It's not even done.
21st of
It was done last
September. Oh.
Okay.
All right, you can say that again. Jumoke just which issue, local government elections, and it's something that people are where their attention is shifting to now. So much power has been given to local government, particularly following the local government autonomy granted the local governments across the land. Maybe that's there's a deadline for elections. And it's also in our constitution that any local government that does not successfully conduct elections may not have access to funds, that's local government funds, any longer. Maybe that's the reason for the rush. We had about 5 or 6 this last weekend. We had in Rivers, of course, that's the one that almost everybody is aware of. We had in Akwa Ibom, we had in Bauchi, we had in Benue, and Enugu and all of that. So, what's your general assessment of these elections? Would you be able to identify any departure from the local government elections that we have had in the recent past?
Yeah, thank you very much once again. I think for me, let me start by saying, even though I want to appreciate the Attorney General for opportunity thoughts, even though it's not new, it has been in our constitution that local governments should have their fund directly. But because we're a country where rule of law are not always respected and obeyed, especially by those in government, we have to the Supreme Court, wait for Supreme Court to be able to force the states to do local government election. In some states, since for 10 years or years, some of them have not even been fit to conduct the local government election, which is contrary to our law. In my state, the governor has never, for that state, there was not any local government election before now, since he has done this in 2019. He has been either one technical TIC or something, or critical committee or the other. And in fact, they took him to court on that. Nothing thereafter happened. He didn't lead to it. In fact, what he did was to amend the constitution, and so the electoral law in Kwara State, that is the CEC law, state electoral, independent electoral law in Kwara State, to say, look, in order to effect that during the local government election, to say that, look, for there to be a local government election, there must be at least 1 year notice. That was done early this year. So when the Supreme Court came, he has to quickly again
Was compelled to
do election contrary to the law, because that was challenged as well. Just like Rivers State, only that like I said, we are a peaceful state. That's why I didn't get that. We also went to court. The Kwara State people went to court to say some group went to court in Kwara State, saying that look, this election, the proper procedure has not been followed, because the law says there must be a 1 year notice. There's no notice, and they went to court. The court initially gave a monetary order restraining, just like what happened in Rivers State. The 3 days of the election, the same court dictated the referendum, which I think is proper, because we cannot, court cannot prevent election from holding in a way. So what I'm saying is that, what I'm trying to say is that this election or local government election was not because those governors wanted to. It's not as if they want to comply with the law. It's because they know that they will not get revenue. It's because of money. That's what I'm going. That is because of the revenue involved. That once you don't do it, you may likely not get your allocation, monthly allocation. That's why they are rushing into it, and that's why you see all the rush. As far as I'm concerned, it is not. It's just a coronation of selected people. That's what I see.
Across board, or if you are
across board,
including your state.
In fact, my state is even worse. Even than Rivers State. I say we are peaceful because otherwise, if that happened in Rivers State, the state will be boiling right now. But thank God we have leaders in the opposition who are very peaceful, who prefer to do things in line with the law rather than take laws into their hands, just like what we are seeing in Rivers State. Because in my own state, like I said, clearly, I have videos, I have evidence. They wear their own stake, in fact, even populated by most of the people who are part of the government. The result they announced, because people stood on the deck and they were forced to announce results. The result they announced are the collation center or whatever they call it. Declared in all local government, declared PDP as well. And the second day, the 7 o'clock a.m., they read out the
contrary
without numbers. They just announced winners.
So the opposition won all the local governments.
I have videos of where the result have been declared. Not by just
by the same SIEC. The same Kwara SIEC.
You know they will announce at each ward and local government will announce their own results. I can show you videos of that program. So that happened, and then early in the morning we had another announcement of announcing the names of the by SIEC, the Kwara State Independent Electoral Commission, announcing the name of winners without any number.
No, they are just
if you say somebody has won an election, you must have a number. You must say he has having scored a particular number of votes. There was no number of votes because there's none. So that's why I say, you see, it's a coronation everywhere across board. I'm not talking about PDP APC now. Where APC is in charge, it's going to be the same thing. Whether PDP or other parties are in charge, it's the same thing. So it's a coronation of, it's not an election.
So what would you now say about
the just concluded
one in Rivers State, where it's an opposition party that won 22, that's all APP, All People's Party, won 22 out of 23, and then Action Alliance won 1. So how would you describe that scenario?
Like I said, it's same thing. There are no elections.
In Napaiban, it was 30. The ruling parties won in 30 local government.
And they did one to them.
Okay, Senate President now. Are you saying that they just awarded the
award? Like I said, I maintain there was no election everywhere. Whether River, whether Kwara, what they were doing is not in line with the announcement being made are not in line with some of the election carried out. In Kwara, there was even proper election. There was proper election, well attended by them. They started by their candidate by firstly, when you have 100 voters, they will come with 20 ballot paper. People now insisted, no, we cannot vote until we see the entire ballot. So they tried to bring them, and then thereafter election was held. Because they already knew, they see from the field, from the ground that Rivers State is not different, it's not different. And you see, with this, opposition won in Lagos State and in Rivers State. Opposition won because they have the support of the government. If you leave it or take it or leave it.
APP won
because they have the support of the government. Because in fact, we confirmed it yesterday on the telephone program that was an SPP platform for him to get people that would work with him. So he also recorded that PDP said they are not going to participate in that election. And some part of APC said they are not going to participate in that election. So
in any case, they were also relying on the court of law, which had stopped the election, which had ruled that the election should not hold on that day.
There are two decisions. There are two decisions, and it's unfortunate that the judiciary is not helping matter. And if
judiciary is not helping matter,
if we want to tell ourselves the truth, because all these scenarios are talking about in our election, if you have a firm judiciary, if you have a situation where you know that this judiciary will not allow injustice, nobody will influence anybody. Well, and I worry when people say it is not the judiciary, it is the politician. If politicians approach you to come and take bribe and you reject it, I will just use that one. I'm not saying they take bribe. I'm just using that one. Or they approach you to come and do illegal thing or not do things the right way, and you accept it. You are an accomplice.
You are compromised.
So if you maintain your brand, say, look, no, this is not the law. This is what the law says, and this is how I will go. And you don't mind who and for. You start to decide the cases in line with the law. People, the police will not come to you again. They won't think of saying because they know.
So are you just saying that the election shouldn't have failed based on?
No, I'm not saying so. I'm not saying so. In fact, by our law, by our law, no courts. I'm talking about electoral law, 84 section 84 of the 15. No court has the power to stop an election, and that's why the judge did not say election should not hold. The one they are relying on, there are two judgments. But the one, those who say election should not hold, and
that's APC and PDP.
The one from the Justice, Fadi, which they say the voter register should not be released by INEC, which also talk that the police, which is unfortunate, should not give security. There was nothing. That does not mean that there should be no election. So, are you getting my point?
Yeah.
There's nothing in that judgment that says no election. It's an interpretation for some people. That if
how valid is an election that is not supported by voters register?
No, they told you they have a register. That they have one.
The one approved by INEC.
That's what they said. They have one. They already obtained one. Was it June or so? They said they have. Yeah, they said they have one already. That they were already planning it, and they've already applied for it. And they have one in their hands. Maybe the one they used last year or so for the last election, 2023 election. Maybe that's what they are talking about. In fact, for me, it's an area we are supposed to even look at. Well, though that's enough for now. Should a state INEC, who is independent, but relying on a federal voter register, should they not have their own voter register? Because, for example, at the time when you want to do a local government election, the certain people have attained the age of 18, and the INEC, federal INEC is not ready to operate. So will you now charge those people because you want to collect it? So that's another area we need to do. So, but like I said again, there is no order of court stopping that election, as far as I know, in my own interpretation. And if you let's even assume that there's an order of court stopping the election, what is the way to enforce it? Is it by you as an individual who believe that you have won the case in court to go and say, take law into your hands and say, I will stop it? No, there are processes. If they fail to abide by the order of the court, you go back to the same court and take a proper step. You can do contempt proceeding, you can do enforcement of it or whatever you want to do it. It's your choice. You engage your lawyers, you pay them, they will know what to tell you to do. It's not for you to go and stand and say, no, we will not allow this election to take because it's like say a landlord who wants to reject his tenant and he has gone to court and the court has given an order, a judgment to the federal, leave this property on before 30th of December. If that man did not leave, he will not go and just on the home park his property. You have to go back to the court and take you either do 5 days or take other steps to be able to take him back. So but that's why we're seeing this in this country, because some individuals see themselves as more powerful than the states or than everybody.
Let's see some unprecedented developments in the Rivers elections. For the first time, we are seeing an election that was not backed by security men. That's a police now. Police withdrew from, and it went. There was a free and fair election, despite the fact that the police was not on ground. And we are seeing an election that was said not to be backed by next voters register. So if you look at that, is that not setting a new precedent?
Let's correct the election. It's backed by voter register. That one I will not sit here and accept. It's backed by voter register because we are told by River State or CEC, and they say that they have this voter register already and they don't even need it. So the police issue, yes, it speaks for and the confirmation that if citizens, the people of the state or the country, decide to work normally, decide to achieve a particular objective, they can achieve it without the police. There will be crisis in the election if people are not. The crisis is caused by who? By people who are not sincere. That when you realize that majority of the people in the state are saying, look, this thing must, they are in one voice that we must hold this election and there must not be crisis. There won't be crisis. So in fact, most times, even not only in the election, it shows that look, the crisis that we see in most of the election, they are even caused by the security agencies. You see in Edo State, the crisis of that eroded before the election, most of the issues regarding the crisis are related to police activities. They are arresting one person or the other. Those people who are alleged, they are being alleged to have killed somebody. Immediately after the election, you see them arrest anybody again. You see them go after anybody. It shows that it's because of the election. So as long as we have security agencies, as long as we have electoral umpires who will not be fair, who will take side, who will see themselves as part of a particular party or a particular individual, we can't get a free and fair election and we can't get a safe electoral process. Look at police. Whenever you see a traffic in any way, particularly in Lagos, you see traffic in any way in Lagos. By the time you look at your front, you see police. So they cause almost those wala most times. because
what are you insinuating? Are you saying that they are working against the interest of the people?
It appears so. Because we saw it in Kogi State in 2023 or so, where the police, they came with police van or uniform, taking the ballot buses.
Okay, just talking about another unprecedented development also in this election is the fact that overnight these men that won the election were immediately sworn in by Governor Fubara. That's another unprecedented one. Overnight on a Sunday.
It's not unprecedented.
On a Sunday.
In my own state, the election was done on Saturday, 21st of September. The result was announced 7 a.m. in the morning by Sunday. By 10 a.m. or by 9 a.m. they were sworn already. Because they know they are aware of what they did. So they are afraid of the fact that some people can go to court by Monday morning and say stop inauguration. So to prevent that, once you inaugurate them and you are in court, it becomes they will be there pending when.
Okay, let's look at the post-election.
If you start, you know, in Nigeria we call it strategy. Then for me, I see it as a manipulation. And because in Nigeria, that's what we appreciate. Our president today, they know him for that. They know him for being people will say it's a master strategist. He knows how to win the election. He knows how to do this and that. Not because people are.
Maybe he has done it in accordance with the law.
Maybe I don't believe so.
You don't believe so?
Yeah, so but he knows how to manipulate people and results in a way that people is interested. In other words, people he knows how to bring people into agreement.
People are learning the strategies.
And now they like that the strategy of do it anyhow and ask them to go to court. After the 2023 election, Supreme Court decision, people now learn that, and that's what they did in Kogi State in the Ododo and the whatever election. Just do it anyhow, get result announced, and then let them go to court. And that was why we were told in Kogi State that the result sheets were already being filled even before the election started. And then at the end of the day, INEC tried to. And then you see the unfortunate thing, like I said again.
You are not also saying that the judiciary will rubber stamp illegality.
I have said it, that judiciary is not a matter here. I see today, at my own age, I see disagreeing with the Supreme Court on the judgment of that election petition, whereby they say on two areas or three, whereby they say INEC, the guidelines, INEC is not under obligation to follow its guidelines. That is a mere whatever. It's not even a student of government in secondary school knows what is aware that there's something called delegated legislation. and is aware that these delegated legislation are guidelines, regulations that come from agency of government or institution. So if you make regulation, for you to make regulation, there must be must be portion to a particular law, private constitution or electoral act. That's what, and that guidelines were made by INEC pursuant to those the constitution, constitution section 161 or so, I can't remember the constitution, and then that electoral act, which give them the power to make guidelines. What that is done, it means that guideline is a delegated legislation, I mean subsidiary legislation. So that means you are bound by it. The Supreme Court says, no, it's not of the election. The reason why we are having this kind of election is one thing, and it's important to say it. So, you see, when they now say it doesn't matter, you can start a game today, and then in the middle of the game, you can change the rules. You are saying, I can do as I like. So, I think that says, I will post results real time on either, and you say, it's not under obligation. It's not helping matter. You also say, look, and that's one of the propositions by Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, His Excellency, that regarding the recently that I did recently, regarding
6 years time.
No, not that. Whereby you say only an aspirant can challenge outcome of the results in the primary election, and that was one of the reasons why you say the challenge of nomination of the vice president today was petition. If you say that if you have a party where we all agree that a criminal is the person we want to put forward, and those who contested with him did not say anything, it means that criminal will be the one to win or to contest. So it's better to allow anybody who has interest in that whatever, whether a voter, whether a political member, a party member, who has a genuine whatever, to go to court and ventilate his anger. Then you see to ask that whereby party can come there and say nobody should challenge it. This is the man we are going to use. It's a dropout. It's a this and that, but nobody should challenge it.
All right. Let's proceed to the. Let's look at the issues that have evolved after the Rivers election. In particular, we've seen arson, we've seen violence, we've seen destruction, and so many things. Death. That's a trailing the results of the election. One is wondering, and then the ones that perpetrated this act have not hidden their identities. Some of them have even told the press why they did that they would not allow the newly sworn in chairman to take over, that is to resume office. Now, what can you make of the violence that has trailed the Rivers election?
I think that is
5 years of unbroken democracy.
No, unbroken civilian rule.
Unbroken civilian.
That's the way you call it. Yeah, I don't call it democracy. I call it democracy.
So should that be happening now?
I think that is happening, like I said again. And in this regard, I will blame the president and the Inspector General of Police for that. Let's assume that those people you saw their faces yesterday are people from the other side of it that are not they are not in line with those who are, for instance, because we all know where this crisis is coming from. We know it was because of the interest of one man, the current minister of FCT, Wilson Wike. He wants to lord himself over everybody in the state. He wants to become bigger than the state, and he wants to become alpha and omega of the state. And that is the reason we are having this. The Godfather. Yes, not even the Godfather, alpha and omega of everybody. You know, the Godfather will have it will not be Godfather of all the citizens of River State. Yeah, you are right. When he was here for 8 years, nobody dared ask questions or whatever he said. And he was put in position of authority by some people. He didn't help himself there. Because he seems that because he helped somebody to become somebody, he must sit on his neck. I saw a video where former wife of the president was handing over to former governor of the River State, Peter Obi, and some other people. That look, he was handing them over to, as he was handing him over to them. These people did not sit on him and say, we gave you the platform. We were the one that owned it. So, and therefore, not do anything except to approve it. No. But the president is also not good enough to say the truth. Because I saw the release by the spokesperson or whatever. I don't know his classification now. Mr. Abayo, I don't know that.
No, he's the special advisor. Media publicity to the president.
You know, I don't know where I take over.
Ajuri is out.
I don't know where I take over the position of Ajuri.
He must have.
He has one position before really left.
No, it was
information or so. That was his. I don't know now. I know he's doing the job of and everything.
You say
anyway, I don't even expect that we should have two spokespersons of the president in that regard. So thank God that he is left, he's gone, and we have only one person now. I saw his press release, and he's talking about he called Governor Fubara and other. He cannot even talk about Wike. Call his minister to order. Say, Mr. Wike, give peace a chance. Let the state rest.
But that's exactly what the president has done. That
You initially.
No, I'm talking about the lead now. That didn't do that. Even that I didn't do. Because we had what happened the other time. We were told they just got to a meeting and the government was added a document, sign it.
Peace pact.
Then peace pact is about, you see, I'm a lawyer.
no, you are referring to this recent act.
This
Has the president condemned it or not? Yes.
Condemnation alone is not enough.
No, as the president,
In fact, if I was the president,
beyond that, president has actually given directive to Nigerian police.
that's where I'm going. If I was the president, by today, IDP will have gone.
Go where?
I was happy.
How? What's it?
What is the work of the police? To provide what? Security. Must they be now being directed by the president to do their job? Must MD or chairman or whatever of this MITV call you for you to resume to your office today to come out and do your program? Must they give directive to say go and provide security in that area before you can do it? And again, it looks somehow. People are even reading meaning to it. You know, before now, for over 3 months, the same police barricaded whatever or seal up all over government, which is not proper. Under democracy that you call it, it's not proper because it's like saying the governor of Lagos State or the president has done something that people are protesting against, and now say okay, to ensure peace, let me go and seal up as well, or let me go and seal government office or House of Assembly because to prevent peace and to ensure peace. Is that the way to go? Are you saying they should not do their job again? The job of the police is to provide security. I was expecting that they would be there, ensuring that those who are working are doing their work, but that they seal up. And yesterday the morning, they said they announced that they are unsealing the place. The fact that you are unsealing the place does not mean you must not provide security again. They left the place, and people are now reading meaning that deliberately they left the place for people who want to do those things they did to come and do it. That's the meaning people are reading to it now. That it was a deliberate effort for the police to just withdraw, so that people who are coming to commit those crimes will be able to enter freely without any hindrance. And that's what people are reading to. Unfortunately, we have lost property, we have lost what's it called, human beings. So as far as I'm concerned, the police, the president have a role to play to ensure peace in this area. No matter what, the president must call his IGP to order. Don't be partial. Do your job as a professional. But today, if you tell me police is not partial, particularly, well, I won't blame the IGP because most Nigerians.
But did you read the press?
Most Nigerians
the police spokesperson.
Most Nigerians will be saying what?
I mean, following the outburst, I mean, the supposed outburst of the governor on the IGP, calling him names and all of that. That's the day before the election. Adejobi came out and said the police has played his role professionally and is acting in accordance with the law, with the court of law provision.
Which court of law?
That they should withdraw from, they should not supervise.
Yes, even if the court say don't supervise election and provide security are the same thing. What is even the role of the police in the election than provide security? We don't need police to do election. The police are just to be there to ensure people they won't be. So which of that police? And then are old. So the let people assume that the court gave an order that is not that for me it does not make any common sense, because how can you say a person who has a job to do to provide security should not do his job? It's like saying the judiciary should not sit. It's like saying the president should not go to his office because there's something that's happening. So the fact that the court say don't provide security does not mean ignore people or abandon the place and allow criminal to play. No, don't play your role in a way that people see as abnormal.
So what does all this say about our political class? Really?
Political class of Nigeria, or those in authority. You see, as long as we give
preference to individual rather than institution or system, we continue to have this.
Of course, balance.
How can an individual believe that you can see that statement made by the former governor of the state, Yosan Wike, the FCT minister now, that he will put fire on other people's state. If it had to be made by one opposition member or whatever, today the police will be following that person, will be looking for him, they say they want to arrest him. If that statement made by those who say they will not allow anybody to take over the secretariat because of the Ashara of court, and they will do anything to prevent them, those people today, maybe they will have been arrested by the police. That is because we don't have institution of police that has that will do the right thing. We will continue to have this. Nobody is above the law, but in our own country, some people are above the law. And I forget again. Like I said, I will not blame the police or the IGP. IGP is paying back because if you have a system whereby a law can be changed to accommodate the interest of one man, that kind of person will do whatever he likes and whatever you want him to do to favor you. And that's why the country is not growing, because we are changing law just because of individual. And that's why our law most times don't work. And when we say there's lacuna, there will be lacuna because when you are doing the law, you are not looking at the general interest of the dealer. You are looking at the interest of one man.
Satisfy the needs.
Yes. So as this now, tomorrow again, we see have issue on that police act that they've amended now. There will be just it's a matter of time. Because at the time they were amending it, it was even done within their hours. I can't imagine. So local government election in Nigeria is a challenge. It's just a correlation of individuals that have been selected by those in charge. In other words, the governors in these states. That's the way I see it. It's not an election. But see, they don't.
Then do you see, in the midst of all of this, do you see the local government autonomy serving the role for which it was actually created?
I doubt, because they will still be under the control of the governors. Because that's why they are showing that.
The governors will be giving the
how they will spend the money. You see, in Lagos State we have a semblance of elected local government, what's it called? Local government chairman. I tell you, they are under the control of the governor. Because they are selected to be there, they were not elected.
I'm not aware of that.
They were elected in courts. There was an election which is considered charade. But it's in courts they were selected.
Time is not our friend as usual in this program, but I want you to advise the states that are yet to conduct their own local government. How should they go about it? At least to make it free, fair, and guidance free.
At least for the purpose of satisfying the law and for the purpose of satisfying the Supreme Court judgment, they should at least put something in place and ensure people are selected or elected as local government chairman. I won't expect anything much in that. Even if you see a state whereby some people, maybe other party decide to win a 5 slot or it was given to them, they know what. In fact, those people don't be surprised. They are also members of those parties that won. They just say, go and compete. I know what I'm talking about. You see some people saying I'm contesting governor in different parties. They are being sponsored by another same party who's also contesting the election.
All right. Okay.
It's an ongoing discussion. We will continue to revisit this topic. I know we haven't heard the last concerning particularly the Rivers State. And we'll keep our listeners, viewers, updated on the development in Rivers State. Then please, my advice is that give peace a chance. Let this democracy work. My name is Banji Musa. I see you here.
All right, thank you again, sir, for being with us this morning.